Alright guys, in this video we are going to be building the ultimate base for beginners. Not for beginners, but just the ultimate base for this moon. I think it's the most difficult moon, so let's just jump in. Oh, I don't think it's level. I don't think it's level. It's not like all like bumpy and stuff, but it's like it's not perfectly flat. Like it's off an axis. I think it's like what's the tilting axis? Like it's not Z, because the only reason I even know what like axes are like because of Minecraft, Z, X, and Y. I think that's what that means. That's just coordinates though, so I don't know. Okay, let's see. So it's a pretty good base so far. Let's go ahead and get us some large platforms. Yeah, I don't know. I was kind of like, you know what? Maybe people don't know how to build a good enough base, because I've seen some bases in this game. I'm like, oh yeah, do you even know what you're doing? Like, come on. Sure, you may not have a lot of resources, but that should make it even easier. So, you know, if you don't have a lot of resources, you shouldn't have to deal with, you know, resources lying around, having it be unorganized. Like, being unorganized should mean you are, probably means you have more resources. And if you're unorganized or organized, that means you probably just don't have a lot of resources, so it's easier. I don't get how you can both have not a lot of resources and also have it be unorganized. Like, that just doesn't make sense. And watch this base just instantly become dirty the second someone tries and like uses it. I swear. I'm not gonna like leak. I'm not gonna like say who it is, but it's definitely someone I've filmed videos with before. And if you saw their base from a previous video, or their base, yeah, you would definitely know who I'm talking about. So, you know, that's, you know, just whatever. Alright, let's go and get our 3 amigos of platforms here. That seems stable. Well, not stable, but seems semicircle, I guess. Let's get our printing platforms. We're our large printer. Let's get our medium printer and our small printer. Bop and bop. And bop. There we go. Perfect printer platform. We might want power, so I'm gonna move this thing a bit further close here. Also, you know what doesn't make sense? Not being able to use cables while stuff is connected to that same area. So like, let's say I want to use the cable here. Well, that stuff's gonna get detached. Why? What is this Stolmark's logic that I'm looking at right now? Like, watch. What is this Stolmark's logic? Why does it do that? Why? Like, what is this Stolmark's looking logic? It just doesn't even make sense. Also, how is this thing getting wind? Where's the wind coming from? The wall? Like, it's sure not coming from the tunnel. I don't know how it's coming through the wall, but whatever. Anyways, we seem to be doing pretty good on power, so it's pretty good. Let's get our soil centrifuge, because that's obviously something we need. I'm just kidding. That's one of the first things you should ever get. It will make things 10 times easier. Mainly just because of, well, I mean, if you're on, like, Sylvia, it's not really necessary. But if you're on a moon like this, yes, you want a soul centrifuge. Otherwise, you will not be able to get any resources that you need. But it's mainly gases, I think, that you can't get here. Like, not a lot of them. But I don't know. It could be false. But, it might. That's why it's good to colonize a bunch of planets in this game. Because you can't just live on one planet. I mean, you can live on one planet, but you definitely can't just have one base on one planet because you can't really get all the gases you need for stuff to progress. And also, you just need materials from other planets. And it's not like a shuttle's that expensive. I mean, I don't know who I'm targeting with this, like, rant here. I don't think there's a single person that hasn't gone to another planet in this game yet. I don't know, maybe you literally just bought the game or something. Especially since, well, someone in my comments already asked for the game name. So, like, I don't know. Maybe you haven't gone to the moon yet if you did get the game for some reason. Personally, I think this game is worth a purchase if you really want to play it. I didn't buy it, though. A friend really wanted me to play it, and I was like, alright, sure. If you really want to buy it for me, which is kind of weird, but, you know, whatever. I mean, I guess. I'm gonna pass up on a free game, I guess, but whatever. Bro wanted me to play it the same day, even though I could have got it tomorrow or the next day. Cause I just never really keep my money in like debit or any or in cash. Well, no, I don't keep it in debit. I keep it in cash. Which actually is kind of goated because I forget my debit pin literally everywhere. Like, every time. I always forget it. And it always happens when my phone dies, because then I can't just see when I wrote it down. I got to the point where I was seriously thinking about just writing the pin on the card. You know, just in case. Which obviously is a huge security risk, so actually don't do that. If anyone actually seriously thinks about doing that, don't. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. Don't do that. Obviously, it's not really a good idea. I think it's gonna terrify me so much, dog. Alright, let's go and get our... We'll have to check out the recreational sphere. I need to see what that is. Where is what I'm looking for? Okay. So first off, we're gonna get our... resource canisters. Oh, maybe they're in the large, actually. Okay, where's the medium resource canister? Oh, there it is. Only 32. Fluid and soil. Medium gas canister. Okay, so... I would not recommend getting the resource... I mean, it's only one plastic, one glass. So really the most expensive thing about it is just the plastic. Only 32 nuggets of one resource. So, like... how much of one resource could it even hold? In fact, let's go ahead and get some... Actually, no, let's pop, like... Let's just grab some compound. And we'll just toss it in there. Oh, yeah, that's... Okay, it's not really that full. So, yeah, I would kind of recommend this, I guess. It don't really seem that bad. Okay, it does seem like I might fill it pretty quick. I mean, it's probably fine. Can I, like, enable output on this thing, please? I don't know what I would use for this compound. We'll do that later. Basically, I would just use this for a bunch of carbon storage if you're running off generators. And not solar for some reason. However, we are going to get something that is good for this. And that is the fluid install canister. This is so good for this area. It's just good. Just a good idea. So a friend actually told me about this. I mean, it's probably fine if you just move. You just have to move that. An auto arm would probably be a better bet, but it's probably fine for now. But I would definitely fill this up, though. And we can go ahead and delete that. For I could just delete stuff. Right. But yeah, we could probably just do that and then just grab the resource canister, right? Yeah. So you would just get the resource canister here. After that goes through there. After you make like the stuff you need, move it over there. Smelt that, and it'll go into there. Simple. We'll actually mount this to this. We really don't need power, right? That's probably fine. Let's go dig. Somewhere, I don't know, but somewhere. This will probably be a pretty good spot. We're just gonna fill up this soil canister for a bit. The second we hit a K, we're just gonna go back up. That's probably good enough. Alright, we'll definitely set up some solar later. Well, this will be like a series for this week. We'll just do it as we go, but... Okay, so we're gonna grab our soil that we got. We're gonna replace this with this. We're gonna grab a canister. That will automatically fill it up. Oh, well, that was an issue. But like I said, a friend recommended this. It actually auto-fills it. And puts it there. Auto-refills, puts it there. It's really nice. Let's go ahead and test it out with some organic. We might actually need that carbon for later. We're running pretty low on power, so let's get this rehooked up again. Alright, let's go and get our chemistry lab. There we go. So we're gonna get our what do we need? We need this, the gas canister. Perfect, so that's filling up like that. And now we can move that over there. Okay, we just need to enable output. Nope, don't do that. Okay, I don't know why I did that. It probably needs to have carbon in it to begin with, actually. Okay, so we're gonna have to put carbon in it by default. Once you get carbon in it, it will be fine. But that's definitely something I would be wary of. Is the carbon that you need to put in it to start it off, so it's only carbon that will be able to go into it. So now you can run it like that, and it'll just automatically fill that in. There you go. And then you can run some more soil. Since that's now empty, you can run more organic. Just run it like that. And while we wait, we can go and get our Astroneer condenser. But there's actually one thing I would do here. I would get a medium storage platform. Basically, like for all the chemicals you might put in there, because you do need, you know, just in case you need it, of course. Okay, our power is running a tad under the power I would have it at, personally. We will do a video on power management tomorrow. This will just be a series until, I don't know, whatever. I think I went to the most difficult moon, if this is the most difficult moon. I basically just went to this moon, you know, because might as well make it the most difficult, so you know that you might be getting your data pretty good. But I think we actually might want this to keep running. For one reason. I mean, it's probably... Let's put that back, and we'll run some organic. So now the Astroneer condenser is basically getting your chemicals for the chemistry lab. So basically you would get your chemicals from the Astroneer condenser and put it over in there. Is that? Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Also, that organic can go in there. Alright, let's go and get our Astroneer condenser. Now, mind you, this does take a lot of power, which means power management is definitely something we need to do tomorrow, because 20 use of power is definitely excessive. Definitely power hungry, for sure. So far, we're doing pretty good on organic. That's gonna fill up. We can actually go and enable output. Now we'll just start feeding into there. And that's going. We can go ahead and get our gas canister. That we can have like your primary resource. And then we'll get a medium platform. Well, a medium storage. For your extra stuff, you know? Actually, let me switch those around. Pull that out like that. There we go. And don't worry, you don't have to put the resource in there. If you have it selected, it will automatically grab it if it's there. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, eventually, if you do get like a better resource canister, if you really want to go for large ones, you would have to get an extra large platform for that. So you could also probably run like double smelting furnaces, but I basically just going for like more micro-based design. I might do an extra like just a factory for that though. Like at that point, you might as well just have like a resource, just a base dedicated to getting resources and just connect it via like a train or something. There's a surprising amount of systems in this game you can just make auto go basically. All right. That's going to be it for today's video, I'm pretty sure. So far, we're doing pretty good. We got all our stuff set up. This is how I would normally have a base set up. We could always refortify the design later. But, so far, this is pretty good for today. Hope I made your day a tad bit better. Hope you will enjoy this series, and see ya.